Hey guys, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a dessert, a chocolate custard pie. So I need everyone to channel their 1950s American housewife today because we will be making a delicious and very simple dessert. Not much of a baker myself, so this is for all you non-bakers out there. So to start off with, I've got 250 grams of just pretty basic chocolate biscuits. And we're just gonna blitz them up to like a fine crumb. And over here, I've got 100 grams of melted butter. They're just like slightly cooled. And I'm just gonna pop it in here, like that. And just give it a little mix. It should have like a wet sand consistency. And this is gonna make like the base of our custard pie. Of course, if you wanna make some pastry, blind bake it, all that sort of junk, you can as well. You can pre-buy pastry, I don't particularly mind, but I'm gonna use this one. I'm just gonna pop it into our base. And we're just gonna line our pie vessel with it. And I just like to take a glass and just like smooth out just the base. And pop it in the fridge for 2 hours, or you can pop it in the freezer for like an hour, which is what I'm gonna do. Just want sort of the butter to set and for you to have like a really nice base. And now we're gonna get going with our filling. So first thing we need to do, we're gonna take 750 milliliters of milk and we're gonna bring it to the boil. And now in this bowl, 4 tablespoons of corn flour, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, 2/3 of a cup of white caster sugar. I'm just gonna mix them up together. And what the corn flour does, it just really helps us get that really thick, velvety, custardy sort of texture to the chocolate. And at this point, we're just gonna separate the yolks from the whites. I'm using 5 small eggs here, or 4 large eggs. Egg yolks, dry ingredients, waiting for the milk to come up to the boil. Make sure we've got about 2 tablespoons of butter at room temperature ready to go as well, and 225 grams of dark cooking chocolate. I've got 70% over here. If you like it a bit sweeter, maybe 55%, maybe 57%, whatever you want. But just make sure we're breaking them up into like small pieces. So when we put them into the milk, they melt really easily. This thing about cooking, you just try new things. This is the first time I've ever made this. And it's probably gonna be good, but it might not be good, so I'll let you know if it's not. Well, it's definitely up to the boil now. Switch everything off and just clean the stove straight away so the milk doesn't stick. All right, so our milk has come up to the boil. It's actually overboiled. Make sure you're watching your milk at all times. I wasn't watching my milk, I was distracted by talking to the camera. And once it's come to the boil, we're gonna start adding our chocolate, and then we're gonna turn it down to like a medium heat as well. And just with a whisk, just melt the chocolate into the milk. You don't want it to be too high. We don't want to like cook the shit out of the chocolate. We're just looking to melt it into the milk. So now at this point, we're gonna pour our wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Just like that, and just stir it in. And then return it back to the heat. And make sure we're getting everything. And we're just stirring it gently. Sooner or later, that corn flour will really start to thicken up the mixture. I've just been whisking this on a medium heat for about 5 minutes, just to sort of make sure that flour is dispersed evenly throughout, because you'll find that with like the corn flour and sugar and stuff, it can all go to the bottom. It's not very nice. But yeah, this is looking fucking velvety. At this point, we're gonna go about 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter. And then I'm gonna start popping in my egg yolks like one by one. And you just want to make sure you're whisking it pretty intensely so you can like disperse your egg yolk evenly throughout the mixture. Otherwise it's going to curdle and cook a little bit and you're going to get chocolatey scrambled eggs and then you're going to look like an idiot. So let's be careful. Right, so we've got our mixture over here. It's got the chocolate, got the butter, got the corn flour, the eggs. I put a pinch of salt in here as well. Some of the corn flour bits can clump up together a little bit sometimes, and that's completely fine. we're just gonna put it through a sieve. And that's even if like your eggs are a little bit curdled, like this is a forgiving recipe. So if you're a schmuck like me, you can get away with it. And this is what we get. Really nice, silky custard. So now I've got my base. As you can see, it's solidified, nice and hard. And then we're gonna get our custard over here and we're gonna pour it in. Yeah, it's the money shot, as you like to call it. Good little shaky shake. Gorgeous, look at that. And don't worry too much about the top stuff. We're gonna top it with some whipped cream. But that can go in the fridge for minimum of 3 hours, ideally overnight. If you're sort of in the rush and you want to make it, you know, that meal, pop it in the freezer for like an hour first, just to get a lot of like as much heat out of it as possible, and then pop it in the fridge. So yeah, see you later. I'm pretty happy with that. So I've got 300 mils of cream here, and I've got a teaspoon of like vanilla paste, vanilla bean paste. It's really, really nice. Bit spenny, so if you want to get the extract, that's also completely fine. Let's put about a teaspoon in. I'm just gonna whisk. I'm gonna whip my cream. I'm not gonna put any sugar in this because I just reckon the chocolate and the chocolate base is just definitely sweet enough. But I think the dish was just missing a bit of fat, so I'm just gonna add some more fat to it. That was a joke. So we'll whisk it to what we like to call a soft peak. So you can see it's just holding, just sort of falling a little bit. And that's really good. You don't want to over whip it, then you'll make batter. That would be very nice. And now we'll just go in the fridge for later. When our pie's set, you're gonna top it on. Delicious. Alrighty, so we've had our tart in the fridge for 4 hours now. It's got a little bit of wobble to it. So take a little slicey poo. So this is obviously not 100% set, as you can see, but I don't have all fucking day. I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna show some. No, it's not 100% set, but this is a damn fucking good chocolate pie. And I'm probably gonna finish this. Beautiful.